Hello. Hello, everyone. Yo, if I could actually see all the people I was playing to, wouldn't that be better? Hi, camera. Hey there. Thank you so much for everything.
From performing in front of her stuffed animals to sold-out shows around the world, Los Angeles-based indie songstress Kina Grannis has braced all the elements for her love of music.
I doubt anyone can keep up with you.
I grew up in Mission Viejo, California, and I've got an older sister, Misa, younger sister, Emmy, and my two parents.
And it was here where her love for music began. In elementary school, she composed and submitted piano compositions to district art competitions. Soon afterwards, she began playing the violin, an instrument she would play throughout high school. By the age of 15, she started teaching herself the guitar, and it was this instrument with which she fell in love with.
I feel happy, oh so happy and complete.
In 2003, Grannis enrolled at the University of Southern California as a psychology major, and only dabbled with music in her free time.
It's generally just me and my guitar. Some songs of mine, some awkward banter between songs.
2 years later, she was asked to produce a 6-song EP for the university's Thornton School of Music. That album, Sincerely Me, was released that same year.
It was weird, because you start seeing that if you go a certain direction, like, you're not actually gonna be focusing on your passion.
Right.
You're just gonna be like tired and sad. And so I just like went all out, like, I'm just gonna give it a shot and focus 100% on music because I can't picture anything else. And it was a very interesting experience, just like fully diving into like a music world for the first time.
Grannis would go on to record and self-release 2 more albums, one more in the attic and in memory of the singing bridge before finding success.
I'd been thinking about starting a YouTube thing for a while, but I was kind of intimidated because I know that people can say mean things to you, and I don't like when people say mean things. But then the contest came around, and I was like, I should just do it.
This is a message from your heart, your most devoted body part.
At 22, Grannis gained the internet fame after uploading a video for her song Message from Your Heart to her YouTube channel and entering the Doritos Crash the Super Bowl contest.
I made my first ever YouTube video, entered the contest, and promptly forgot about it. But surprisingly, 2 weeks later, I got a call from a lovely man named Rudy who told me that I had made it into the top 10 finalists. And he told me that the winner would be determined by online voting, daily voting, for a month. So immediately I'm thinking like, okay, so I'm gonna be telling everyone I know every day for the next month to vote for me. What is more annoying than that? They're gonna hate me. So I'm thinking, what can I do to make this feel more right? And I decided if I expected something from them, I should probably be doing something in return. So I decided for as long as I was in this contest, I was gonna make a new video every day and put it up on YouTube.
Gotta dig, gotta dig, gotta dig, gotta make this story big. Did you hear that awful sound? Oh, another server's down. Gotta dig, gotta dig, gotta dig, gotta make this story big. Did you hear that awful sound? Oh, another server's down.
It kind of turned into this insane thing I would have never imagined, and that was kind of the start of me doing music and me sharing my music online and finding all of you lovely, amazing human beings out there.
Those wonderful human beings would ultimately become known as Kinerds.
They're amazing people, and they really became my online family during the course of this contest.
Please take care of me. This is it. Okay.
Take care of her they did. Thanks to her fans, her song and video earned her the right to crash the Super Bowl and a record deal with Interscope.
Lots of months went by of waiting, and nothing was happening. And by the time I did get that meeting with the label, it became very clear that we kind of had different visions. They wanted me to scrap the album I had already written and write a new one with songwriters that they'd choose. And for me, music has always been very personal, something that I do in the middle of the night by myself, for myself. And so the idea of sitting in a room with a stranger, writing a song I don't really care that much about, it didn't really appeal to me all that much. Meanwhile, those 6 months that I was waiting, not talking to the label, I was talking to all of these people online. And I was still doing weekly videos. I was basically living and breathing social media. And it was amazing. My numbers were growing, and this community was building online. And at some point, I started realizing these people are supporting me because I'm me, and because I'm making the music I want to make, not the music some label is telling me I should be making. And so eventually it gave me the confidence to think, maybe I can do this on my own.
In January of 2009, she announced that she would be leaving the label, choosing instead to self-release her next album and keep creative control.
Funny thing is, I'm trying hard, and it's unlike me to get so caught up in things. But I won't quit till you smile at me.
And that's when everything changed. She went from coffee shop singer to internet star to in-demand live act to potential hitmaker. Released in February 2010, Stairwells drew comparisons to Colby Calais, Ingrid Mikkelsen, and Sarah Bareilles.
Everyone, here's Stairwells. Stairwells, meet everyone. Very, very fun. Hopefully you guys will get to know each other very well.
Stairwells debuted at 139 on Billboard's Top 200 chart and at number 2 on its Top Hit Seekers chart, due in large part to her devoted online following. In 2011, she re-released the album with a handful of new tracks and launched her first world tour in support of the album, stopping everywhere from Toronto to New York City.
I feel happy, oh so happy and complete.
For the first time ever, I was seeing this world that I built online in real life, and I remember playing shows and recognizing faces in the audience that I'd only ever known in the context of like very tiny profile pictures on Twitter and Facebook. So it was really incredible.
To date, Grannis has amassed over 150 million views and more than 900,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel, thanks in part to her unforgettable videos for Valentine and the stop-motion jelly bean video, In Your Arms.
So anytime I'm making a music video, it's like I want to use it as an excuse to do something really creative and unique, like an art piece in itself. My friend Greg Jardin, he had this idea with doing stop-motion animation with jelly beans. I thought it was really cool, and he's like, yeah, it might take a while. And I'm like, okay, like what are you thinking? He's like, I think it might take like 2 months. And I was like, 3 months? It's kind of a long time, but I'm flexible, let's do it. And then we start, and the 3 months roll by, and then the 6 months roll by, and the year rolls by, and we just kind of kept at it.
The video took 2 years to complete and was made using over 250,000 jelly beans, resulting in a partnership with Jelly Belly for her European tour.
In your arms, I'll stay.
Since then, Grannis has made regular appearances alongside her fellow YouTubers, appearing in the Wong Fu production short, The Last, and collaborating with fellow YouTube musicians Boyce Avenue and Maria Digby. Having been on tour in support of Stairwells for the better part of 2 years, Grannis was eager to record a new album. And in November of 2013, Grannis began working on her sophomore album, Elements. After several writing retreats that saw Grannis go from a secluded cabin in the woods to upstate New York, Elements was born.
I've been playing a lot of music, I've been writing some stuff, but I'm getting to that point, and I've felt this a million times before, so I should try not to get too concerned about it. But this feeling of I have forgotten how to write a special song. So that's the issue now, is will I ever write something special again?
And it wasn't long before Grannis had enough songs to head back into the studio.
It's been so long since I've been in a studio and taking a song from that little tiny seed in your head to like this big thing that it could be. So I don't know, it's just been fun to see them kind of grow up and have their own lives and see who they turn out to be.
Just keep on, river gone is my.
With the writing process now complete and studio time booked, Grannis once again took to her YouTube channel to build some momentum for its release and started what would later be known as Kina Mondays, a promise to deliver a new video every week.
It's just the beginning. Like, it's definitely a celebration of all the work we've done, but it's also the beginning of a whole new chapter. So hopefully they're into it, and hopefully they enjoy it.
And she did not disappoint. She continued to deliver on that promise with behind-the-scenes videos and a lyric video for the album's lead single, The Fire.
The Fire was a very interesting song for me to find because it was very, very different than what was coming out of me at the time. I think I wrote the first part of it maybe back in 2009 or 2010.
A stripped-down version of My Own featuring her two sisters followed, and soon after, the video for the soulful Dear River.
You took my heart in tow. How could I let you go?
Featuring songs that showcase her lush acoustics and sweet folk-driven vocals, Elements is a more mature sound for the songstress. A period of growth that she is more than excited to share with their fans around the world.
I really put so much time and love into this album, and it's more personal and more meaningful than any album I've had yet. And I think when it actually dawns on me that it's being heard by real humans, that's gonna get me.
Everybody knows the river comes, the river goes, but you stopped here.
Released on May 6, 2014, Elements is a more confident beast than 2011's Stairwells, but it retains all of the sweetness and melancholic coffee house atmosphere that made her debut so easy to digest. On its release date, Elements hit #1 on the iTunes Canada chart and #2 on the iTunes Singer-Songwriter chart. To celebrate, Grannis announced a number of intimate shows across North America.
Okay, I have a quick poll. How many of you have been to one of my concerts before? How many have not been to one of my concerts before? Wow, new humans! That's exciting! I'm very excited about the old ones too, but it blows my mind.
And that's more than enough to keep her increasingly devoted fan base comfortable until the next go-around, or at the very least, satisfied until the next Kina Monday.
It's been an interesting, exciting journey for me, and I would have never imagined 5 years ago that I would be doing the things I'm doing today. But I certainly would have never imagined that it all would have started connecting with people all over the world from a laptop in my bedroom. So it's not the most typical of paths, but I wouldn't have had it any other way.
Just keep on